game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Houston Texans. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here we go, set, 15 line, 15 line.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On second down now, it's Grant. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's third down.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. Finding Gabriel complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
First down, Bears.
On first down, Grant. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
It's a first down on a gain of 10. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. This is caught inside the 15. Give them 32 on the play.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On second down, it's Grant. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. They're going to look to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something there. They didn't get it. Now they've got to make sure that they don't lose their focus.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On second down now, it's Miller. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Ready.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll go with a keeper. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th. On 4th down, here's Trevor Daniel. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. We're scoreless after 1. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
Here we go. Set. 30 base.
On 2nd down, it's Grant. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
They'll drop to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. A first down carry for Davis. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually broke that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The sack there by J.J. Watt.
Ready? 18 Gators.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going up top for Miller. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Flushed out right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the X3, 218, chop it. Now.
Second and 2. Buying time to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on second and 10.
I'm coming. Get it.
On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
Ready.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Second and 10. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. They'll set up a throw. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Back to throw here. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. to throw. And Thomas has it. Able to corral him right at the midfield stripe following that sparkling display of footwork we saw. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Hey, orbit.
45's the mic. 45's the mic. I'm coming.
Ready?
He'll look to throw. He finds his target, Fuller. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check. 45's the mic.
Now.
Looking to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. And he's taken down inside the 30. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a very good return as he takes this all the way up to the 35-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And Robinson with a big catch. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Well, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. A big play there on the catch and run, and even 70 yards. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
The quick slant caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans have taken the lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
It gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
70 Indies.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. He'll drop to throw. And Stills bringing it in. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
And the pressure gets to him again.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack.
Mike 58 right there. Let's go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. They go play action here on 1st down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Whitney Merciless showing no mercy. Flies in for the sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. This is Grant. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on 3rd and about 14.
60 outlaw.
They'll look to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Whitney Merciless picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. This is fielded at the 27. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Ready.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Dumping it off for Johnson. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
Go! 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah.
Go.
Watch the run.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Whitney merciless, giving him once again his third sack of the afternoon. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Returnable here from the 38. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw here. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Akeem Hicks just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. They'll drop to throw. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively jars it free. No first down.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Exit.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Now that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for Chicago. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Grant. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good play.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That's one of those interceptions watching from up here. The quarterback wide receiver just looked a little out of sync.
They did look a little out of sync. And, yeah, they're going to examine that when they get to the sidelines, and they'll talk about it throughout next week when they watch the tape. But the guy who's going to be there for him, really in his ear, is his center. Because that's a special relationship for a rookie quarterback. Your center handles your line calls. He gets everyone in the proper position to block. He'll be the first guy back to pick you up after you've been knocked down. And that's the guy you watch the extra film with and try and learn the league.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Let's go.
They'll set up a throw. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll run on 1st down. Grant. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Now a desperation throw. It got his man complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a give right side. It's Grant. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Back to throw. That's complete to his running back, Grant. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. On 3rd down, Grant. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. And now here is another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Johnson the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Texans, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, I make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Ay, 16 cars in my front yard. Ay, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers.